Hey Leo, what's up? Welcome to your February reading. I hope you guys are all doing very, very well. We're going to be seeing what messages want to come through for you guys for the month of February. Oh my goodness. Here, you have a card already flipping out. I'll keep that in mind. I'll explain in a second. This is your February reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. If this reading is helpful or insightful, please let me know by leaving a like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be taking a look to see what you can expect for February 2025 and anything that you need to look out for, what you don't see coming, and anything that is important, all right? Private readings are also available down below in the description box if you'd like to book a reading with me. All the info is down there. And yeah, of course, if you enjoy, this is helpful, insightful. I don't know if I already said this already, but I would appreciate all your love and support, the likes, the comments, subscribes. It means the world to me, and it is very, very much appreciated. All right, so we have the crow and the elephant, and we also have the fish coming out. This did come out for Cancer's reading earlier. The owl at the bottom, interesting. The first card that came out was the lamb, and that's really about needing to go inwards, listen to that instinct. There's this quiet little voice, there's this quiet little nudge. It's very subtle, but it's going to show up in many different ways, places, people, signs, synchronicities, songs. Like, the message was only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger, but you better pay attention. I do see here your intuition is trying to tell you something, Leo. Intuition's guiding you towards something very big. It's going to impact your future. Shout out to you if you see a crow. If there's something about a crow, maybe you got a crow tattoo, or if you see a crow in the next, 24, 48 hours, there's the extra confirmation for you. If you've seen one within the last 24 or 48 hours, that also applies. But this is insight into the future of what's to come. And I feel here you are being prepared for a big shift, a big upgrade. Something significant is about to take place, and your intuition is trying to prepare you for that. The thing is, though, with the elephant, I am sensing a little bit of a blockage in terms of, trusting your intuition, hearing your intuition. It does feel like there is, it's kind of like it's on mute. Intuition's on mute, or what your higher self is trying to tell you or prepare you for. It's almost like you're not picking up on the signs, or you're doubting it with the fish. There's this hesitation. I'm getting a hesitating energy from you, Leo. There's this doubt that you're having, or second guessing of some sort of plan or, direction in life. Or if you're getting some kind of download from spirit, an insight, a dream, a feeling, you're second guessing it or trying to make it more, you're trying to be logical and trying to just shoot it down with facts of science, right, to back it up. There is an energy where you are being redirected. This did come through for Cancer's reading as well. There might be some circumstances that change that right now seem permanent, but it actually is temporary. I am seeing in February that there's maybe some cancellation of plans or change of plans, maybe a bit of a timeline shift. I'm feeling like it feels kind of as if Spirit is preparing you for something much bigger, but in order for this to transition or for this change to take place, there's something you have to let go of, or there's this need for surrendering. Definitely need to surrender to something that's outside of your control. Sometimes the fish can talk about how the current is pushing you in places that you didn't expect or that you were trying to avoid. And what's that? I seen actually a post. I don't think I screenshotted it. It would have been good to repost it on my channel because it's good. But it was kind of saying you meet destiny through the paths you take to avoid a certain outcome, and destiny happens. I'm totally butchering it, but it's something like you're trying to avoid something, and so you're gonna do X, Y, and Z to avoid that thing, but that thing may be destined for you or something else. But it's through the path where you taking things differently because you're trying to avoid this thing. By you taking that path, it leads to wherever you're destined to be. Does that make sense? I'm totally butchering it, whatever that saying is, but you get the gist. There's this whole redirection of where you're meant to go, and you're having to have faith in that, which I'm seeing is a little bit of a struggle. There's a little bit of this Can I truly trust this? Is this truly in alignment with me? I do feel like there's some kind of stepping stone, though. Oh, makes me want to use my... Where is it? Where the hell is it? Oh my goodness. Give me a second. It was core day today. My core is dying, just trying to lean over. I want to use this deck. I seen the moon in this deck. I wasn't planning on using... I haven't used this deck probably since, like, I don't know, last year. That's crazy. I feel drawn to this deck, so I will use it in a second. But just taking a peek at the bottom, we have the owl, we have the eagle, and we have the stingray. Yeah, like, again, there's choices, and there's crossroads, and there's a big decision that you're making, but it's I feel like you cannot escape fate. It doesn't matter what you choose, you're still going to meet your destiny. And that's so true, and that's so real. Like, I've experienced this so many times in my life where I'm like, oh, I don't want to go there, I'm going to take this path, but then I take that path, and somehow, some way, I still end up where I was originally trying to avoid, but it still happened anyways. I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's meant to be. It's crazy how life works that way. Life works in mysterious ways. With the owl and the eagle, notice you got a lot of bird energy, by the way. A lot of birds. Pay attention if you see any feathers. Feathers a sign from the heavens, a sign from spirit, a sign from your angels. But yeah, you know, spirit is preparing you for a massive upgrade, a huge shift in your life, big changes, big success, lots of adventure, might I add. Zebra, dolphin, a lot of positive things coming in. But there's a big decision you have coming up in February. By the way, this reading is for February. We're still in the end of January. So you might need to come back to this later on in February. Maybe bookmark this and come back later. And things I'm saying may make more sense a couple weeks from now. I would even recommend, I've been saying this to other signs this week, I would even recommend going back to a reading I did at the beginning of January. It may not make sense to you back then, but it might make more sense now. Just saying, I would love to hear from you too, so keep me posted on how this may resonate with you. Yeah, okay. Oops. Oh my god, you just flipped out. We got the Fool. Oh, I've missed this deck. Oh my god. I kind of forgot about it. I just got a vision of the moon card in this deck. I was like, wait, let me use this deck for Leo. So we have the Fool as your first card out. All about expansion, all about new beginnings, walking through this portal, new energy, new experiences. You may feel a little lost, a little unsure, but that's all good. Yeah, 8 of Swords, also the 2 of Cups. So, okay, that came out together. I'm going to keep that there. Got some stuff coming up about your connections and relationships and romance. Let's see what's going on for Leo. We have Justice and the 6 of Pentacles. That came out together. Seeing win-win outcomes forecasted for you, which is great. Especially if you're dealing with money or legalities or paperwork or things that are kind of finalizing or reaching some kind of agreement here. Maybe you're dealing with, like, oh, look, we got death coming out. Maybe you're dealing with child support or money that's being, like, what's it called? Inheritance, or, like, money relating to, like, your investments, properties, payment plans, things like that. I see that's being, like, sorted out as well. Scorpio energy, Libra out here, Aries as well, and Aquarius. We have the Hierophant at the bottom, Taurus, 5 of Wands, seeing something about commitment issues. Or there's been a struggle to really get something off the ground. 8 of Pentacles, the Hermit. Alright, you are finding some solutions, though, which is good to see. 10 of Swords, 4 of Cups, some endings, possibly making some space with the Empress underneath the 10 of Swords and the 4 of Cups. There's, like, necessary clearing, cleansing, removing, so that you have more of a blank slate for this new path, because, like, the first card that came out was the Fool, right? So here you are, you're being guided on this path that is leading you to the unknown, a brand new bright future ahead of you, and you are divinely protected. You are being watched over. Your guides, your angels, your ancestors, they're there beside you, and this is where you are stepping into alignment with your soul's calling and your purpose. The 2 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, there's going to be some decisions you have coming up, especially with your relationships, love, friendships, companionships, partnerships of all kinds. But I am sensing some overthinking or overanalyzing or some second guessing, or, like, there are some blocks, or there are some blind spots, we'll say. There's some blind spots. You're like, there's some things you're not seeing 100% clearly, so we will look into this and see what you're not seeing, what you don't expect, because you are overthinking something, or there's like a fear, there's like, we'll see what that's about. Difficulty of trusting or being closer with people, keeping people at an arm's reach is kind of what this feels like. Like, can you truly trust this person? Can you truly let them in? There's like some trauma being brought up, or there's something holding you back. So we'll look into that. Six of Pentacles and Justice. That's nice, right? Showing that things are nicely balancing out. There is a nice give and receive. Let's talk about this connection, relationship. You're like worried, what if they don't feel the same way about me? Guess what? It goes both ways. It's mutual. I'm seeing agreements. There are people coming together to support, to collaborate, to work together. There is going to be kind of like finalizing of paperwork, commitments. I am seeing Hierophant over here, right? Have things coming up about like contracts definitely involved, like literal legal contracts that you may be signing, deals you might be signing, or getting like long-term investments. By the way, as I'm doing this reading, it is the new moon in Aquarius. We're halfway to your birthday season, Leo. Isn't that insane? Seeds that you're planting during this time, anything new that's sprouting, any new doors that are opening up, or just initiating something that's fresh, connected to the full moon in Aquarius when it's your birthday season, later on in August. So keep that in mind. There'll be a little full circle moment, right? These next 6 months, watch what happens, watch what blooms, watch what maybe doesn't. Hopefully it will bloom, though. I'm sending you good vibes. But there's going to be a lot of change taking place, but it's all for your highest good, and it's all for your greatest benefit. We have Death out here. Says, I let go and embrace new beginnings. So there is a lot of like clearing and making space. I feel like we talked about that a couple minutes ago, where there's something brand new coming into your life, very much in the near future. It's like on the horizon as you are getting ready to step forward into this new life, new environment, new relationships, or just developing on a deeper level. With the Hierophant, which is all about full-on commitment. Some of y'all have marriage coming up, or you're thinking a lot about the long-term future and big promises that you can keep, or promises that you're hesitant to make. Don't make a promise you can't keep, Leo, right? Because we go back to the fish and the elephant. I was like, there's this hesitation here. There's a bit of a doubt, and I am kind of seeing that with the Hierophant to the Five of Wands, where there's something internally. This does feel internal because it's the Hermit and the Eight of Pentacles. Hermit, it's all about you and your own inner world. And there's something within you that's kind of struggling with making a promise or making a commitment. Or there's something, we're going to have to look into this for sure. It's kind of like you were being forced to follow the books or follow the rules or follow the steps or status quo. And there's part of you, and maybe it's that Aquarian rebellion, go against the grain energy that's in the air, right? But it's like there's some part of you that wants to go against the grain or doesn't want to do things the traditional way. It feels like there's a struggle with making a commitment to something. There's some kind of challenge getting in the way. Eight of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Even when you're like putting on all this energy and consistency and you're putting all this work into something. If this is about work, it's like there's a lot of competitiveness. There's competitiveness in this field that you're in. There's a lot of like, how do you stand out and be different than the rest? Or what makes you so special, right? Which you are special, but it's like, how can you stand out from the rest, you know? What's so unique and special about what you have to offer versus others that may be competing for the same position, or if this is even in love and romance, it's like, you know, what makes this person so special, or like what makes you so special, or like, you know, I am seeing a bit of a competitiveness too. So that's something coming up. Eight of Pentacles and the Hermit. I'm also just seeing that there's something you're working on internally. There's something you're internalizing that is requiring you to like kind of sit and observe and reflect on and you're definitely working on yourself, your mentality, your spirituality, your connection with your intuition, with your guides and angels, all that. Like, you're definitely, I see you're doing a lot of self-study, which is kind of coming through with the crow from earlier, right? The crow is also about, like, taking time out to connect with your guides and connect with your intuition and meditate more, or really tap into your gifts and abilities. And I'm seeing you're doing that, but perhaps there's, like, an external energy that's distracting you or taking away from you. You do need to protect your energy. Notice how in the Hermit, he's surrounded with all, like, what it looks like amethyst crystals. I love amethyst. Maybe if you got an amethyst crystal, keep it by you. Wear if it's jewelry, wear it. Put it in your pocket. Put it next to your bed while you go to sleep or something like that. I'm really feeling like amethyst vibes, which is funny. Hierophant, this literally says amethyst in the corner. It's blurry, but you know what I mean. We're blurry. Why are we blurry? Let me see. I can get this focused. I don't know. How long have we been blurry? I did not look. I'm so sorry. Alrighty. Let's clarify, shall we? We got a lot to look into. Let's dive right on in. Let me take a sip of my drink. And let's start off with the Fool. Beautiful Fool energy. Oh my goodness. Why did I shuffle like that? Let me try again. Tell me the Fool for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Why is the Fool here? For Leo. The Fool with the Fool at the bottom, Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. Alright. I love that confirmation. I think it's a sign to stop and get clarifying. Why is the Fool here for Leo in February? 9 of Swords. Tell me the Fool for Leo. Oops. Knight of Wands. I just knocked my... Oh, yeah, I can still see my drink. Let me push that. Tell me the Fool for Leo. Tower. Interesting, because when I was starting to shuffle, I did see the Tower. And I was like, oh, this is kind of a surprise. We also have a 5 of Swords in the reverse. Justice at the bottom. Double confirmation. This new beginning comes in surprising or unexpected. First of all, let me do it one by one, right? Fool with the 9 of Swords. Uncertainty, change, all the unknown. It's kind of like, you know, the day before going back to school after summer holidays, and you have, like, nerves of what this next year is going to bring, and where are your classes, who are your teachers, who's going to be there, are you going to know anybody, like, the nerves before, like, the first day at a new job, first date. Like, it does feel there is, like, this wrestling, anxiety, nerves, but also excitement. I do feel like there could be some excitement attached to this, right? We have just at the bottom, trying to kind of find a balance, moderate through all these different emotions that are coming up, but definitely a lot of overthinking about what's to come and what will happen once you take this next step and you walk through this door. You're, like, trying to plan and prepare for every possible outcome. And the thing is, with this new path that you're being... Oh, wait, which one came out? Knight of Wands. Was it Knight of Wands or was it I guess it doesn't matter. We'll do Knight of Wands. So the Fool and the Knight of Wands. You're going to take this action. You're going to take this risk. You're going to take this leap of faith. You're going to walk through these doors, right? But the thing is, there are some surprises, right? The Fool and the Tower. There are going to be some surprises. You may not have everything completely planned out and you're not supposed to, right? Even going back to the fish. Nothing set in stone. Something isn't quite permanent or locked down or fully official or fully committed just yet. And probably for your highest good, honestly. If that's the case, that's probably for the best. Then we have a 5 of Swords reverse. So, we have that Justice, 6 of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. Well, if you're worrying about, like, people having a problem with you or feeling bitter towards you, I mean, if that's the case, Justice underneath, I think that 5 of Swords in reverse, I'd much rather have it reversed than upright. Reverse is showing that there's kind of like waving a white flag. There's not really a fight. It's more about de-escalating any drama or tension or misunderstandings. It can talk about healing. It can talk about forgiveness. It can talk about apologies. It can definitely talk about, kind of bringing a boiling situation down to a simmer. Oh my god, man. I mean, there's just like a lot of unpredictability in the air. What are people gonna think? What are people gonna say? How are people going to react when I do this, or if I say this? Like, there's so much uncertainty, basically, as you walk through these doors, as you move into this new path, this new place. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So it can be a little scary, not knowing 100%. But what I will say, Justice, Six of Wands, Two of Swords, whatever you end up choosing. Remember the, what was that card? Stingray? Remember Stingray? I was talking about like crossroads and big decisions coming up. Whatever you choose, because it even showed that with the animal, that Stingray, and then it was the dolphin and the zebra, which is really positive. Whatever you choose is going to be a positive outcome. I see success. I see recognition. I see making big moves in terms of your career and professional life, and how you're being seen well in very good light. You're being well received with your skills, with your energy, and just how you show up. And I see that you can't fuck this up. Whatever this is, Leo, you're good. Everything's going to work out for you. Justice, showing that you have really learned your lessons, and I do feel you're covered and you're protected, even like legally you're protected. So that's cool. Good to know. So Two of Cups and this Eight of Swords. Why do we have that? Two of Cups, Eight of Swords. There's something where you feel a little unsafe with some of these relationships, connections that you have. There's something, look, Eight of Swords at the bottom. There's something, literally both times I've clarified the Fool, we've seen the Fool. Clarifying the Two of Cups, we see Two of Cups, Eight of Swords, we see the Eight of Swords. There's something that you don't feel entirely safe with certain individuals. Let's see, Two of Cups, Eight of Swords for Leo. You maybe are feeling judged, or you feel like you don't belong, or King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Let's see, Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords. Knight of Cups with the King of Cups at the bottom. Well, Judgment and the Nine of Pentacles. Well, I'm not really seeing anything too worrisome, honestly. Knight of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Pentacles. I think a lot of these worries and doubts are in your head. All right? I think you are just getting way too caught up in the future, or you're honestly just trying to protect yourself, which I get it. But clarifying this Two of Cups, Eight of Swords, we have King of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. This shows that you're dealing with trustworthy people who you have a solid connection with, and if this is love and romance, definitely worth exploring, definitely worth investing more time and energy into. I do see that this is something that you can count on. I do see that this is something that can help you in many ways, help you heal, help you with connecting deeper, being more intimate, being more, emotionally available. Definitely seeing a lot of romance, y'all. So I think most of this is in your head. All right, so get out of your head, y'all. Get out of your head. We have a King of Cups at the bottom. We have Judgment and also the Nine of Pentacles. So again, if this is talking about love and romance, I think whoever I'm speaking to, you're very, very self-reliant. You may be single for a long time, or you like your space, you like your independence, and maybe you're not used to having such close connections. Like even the Three of Cups and the Star, I'm seeing relationships are thriving, like in terms of love, in terms of friendship. All these relationships are thriving, and maybe you're not used to that. Maybe you're not used to your love life and relationships going so well, and it's like foreign to you. You are also being reminded of the past here, of Judgment, right? Maybe there's a bit of a reconciliation energy up in the air, which we do have Venus retrograde in Pisces this month. That will be an interesting time. Definitely will bring up some old lovers, old flames, old flings, and all that kind of stuff. So do get ready for that. Maybe that's part of this that has you in your head. But maybe you're just, honestly, some of y'all are just judging yourself too harshly. Seriously, or the emotions that are coming up, you're just judging yourself too harshly, and you're worried that others are judging you the same way or judging you as harshly, but they aren't, right? They aren't. We tend to be our own worst critics. Justice, Six of Pentacles, right? Even like the transition for the Two of Cups and the Eight of Swords to Justice, Six of Pentacles, like it's literally you and whoever you're dealing with are on the same page. You have the same goals, same desires, same intentions. Y'all are on the same wavelength. Okay, Justice, Six of Pentacles. Things are going to straighten out if it's a little bit lopsided or a little bit unbalanced or even unrequited efforts. That's going to kind of get back into balance, swing back into balance. Let's see, Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Justice, Six of Pentacles. We have the Chariot, which is Cancerian energy. Justice, Six of Pentacles. This is saying, like, keep moving, keep going forwards. Overcoming any obstacles, which, I mean, we did kind of see that with the Five of Wands. We'll look into that and see what your challenges are. We have the Hierophant, which we had that. Yep, right? Talking about Justice and the Six of Pentacles. Four of Swords in the reverse, a little bit of a restlessness, a little bit of an anxiety, and even some decisions coming up. All of a sudden, my throat feels kind of itchy. Like maybe you gotta say something, or this could even be indicating healing, although I haven't been sick. Well, that's unrelated. But I don't know why my throat's itchy, because I have not had any issues with my throat. So maybe there's something, you have an itch in your throat, you got something to say. There's something you want to discuss or something you want to talk about. Well, then say it. Oh my gosh. Say it. Or comment down below. If you're like, I don't want to say it. Well, then comment, put a little comment down. Say it to me. I'll be your practice. Okay. So, Four of Swords, Hierophant, and the Chariot. You are being guided towards this commitment or like a promise or some sort of contract that makes things official. All right, things are becoming legit. Things are really starting to become concrete. And the Four of Swords reverse, there is a little bit of this restlessness, or there's some part of you that it feels a little off or a little foreign, or well, let's see what's at the bottom. That Four of Swords in reverse, I don't know if you're not, there's some part of you that's not at peace with this. Or you're not fully trusting whatever this is. Right? It's that Eight of Swords energy. It's not there anymore. Now it's a Four of Swords in reverse. So there is a decrease. There's a decrease. There's a solid improvement. We can literally see that transition. There's a solid improvement. But there's still something that's kind of like, I don't really know. Like there's still like a hesitation. So don't ignore that. But let's see. Two of Wands, Queen of Cups, and the Magician. And then the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, smart. Slow and steady. Always a good approach. See how things are. Feel your way through it. Especially with the Queen of Cups. Feel your way through it. Listen to how you are feeling physically and emotionally. And it does look like that is what's going to influence your decision on whether or not you want to continue on this path or invest any further. Or call it quits. I don't really see you calling it quits. But we do have Death that comes out next. Which does signify like the transition is complete. The change is complete. There's something that will no longer continue, and there's something that is now taking place, and it's like significant shit. Okay, big turning point kind of thing. So let's see what that's about. Death for Leo. Wheel of Fortune. Death for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. Woof! Woof! Okay! Nine of Cups. And Hangman. Okay. Okay, Diva. We have the Four of Pentacles at the bottom. We have the Three of Wands, the Two of Pentacles. Okay. I'm trying to see what's underneath the Two of Pentacles. Emperor. Okay. Well, the change is happening. I see your surrender. You were resisting it. I ain't gonna lie. We started with the Nine of Swords, and then we moved to an 8. So that's, you know, and then we moved to a 4 of Swords in the reverse. So a huge decrease, now Now you're embracing, you're surrendering, you're allowing the transition to fully take place, and you like it. And you're like, you know what? I fuck with this. This is great. This is good. I like it. I don't know what I was so afraid of. I don't know what I was so scared of. I don't know why I was trying to talk myself out of this. I don't know why I was even doubting this in the first place, right? That's literally what's happening here. Your mindset, hangman, is completely changing. This is Pisces energy, by the way. So, excuse me, I have a tickle in my throat now. It was itchy, now I have a tickle in my throat. Like a feather in my throat. Pisces season begins at the end of February, like second half of February. So we just started this reading, right? We're not even in February just yet. Give it some time for this whole thing to kind of fizzle out. Because again, everybody's on different timelines, Leo. Where you're at in your situation, you may just be at the very beginning, right? Of the Fool and the Nine of Swords, and you're thinking a lot about springtime. You're thinking a lot about the future and what are you gonna do. But I promise you, the vision is becoming more clear, more precise, more aligned, streamlined by the second half of February. By the time we're in Pisces season, you're in this vibe, hopefully sooner. I am crossing my fingers. I'm saying lots of good vibes that you're in this energy a lot sooner. But it does look like the less you lean into the fear and the more trust you lean into, whew, this is seamless, this is gorgeous, this is beautiful, this is amazing, this is awesome stuff, okay? Really, really great things to look forward to. Better than you ever imagined. These changes that are happening, that you're now allowing to take place, will exceed your expectations. It's going to be remarkable. It's going to be amazing. The changes, you're going to be so freaking happy with this. You're gonna look back and be like, man, why didn't I allow this sooner? Wow, right? Now, I want to look into the Hierophant and this Five of Wands. Remember I was saying the first thing that when I seen this, the first thing I said was like, there's like a difficulty of making some sort of commitment. But you're working on it, right? Maybe you've got a little bit of commitment issues, right? Hey, we all got our own demons. No judgment over here. But I see whatever it is that you're struggling with, you're working on it and you're improving it and you're really reflecting on this and digging to the deep, dark truth. Maybe it's not that dark, but Hierophant and the Five of Wands. What is the possible challenge that's coming up for Leo in February? Five of Wands and the Hierophant. What are these possible challenges Leo may find in February? What can we get about this? Five of Wands and the Hierophant for Leo. Three of Wands. Hierophant and Five of Wands for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are the possible challenges Leo may face? Ten of Wands reverse. What are these possible challenges? We got the Devil. We got the High Priestess and the Two of Wands. Alright. World reversed. Some unfinished business you got to tidy up. I haven't noticed this for a few signs this week. Right? I think Cancer had something about unfinished business, and I think, who did I read yesterday? Capricorn. Or no, was it Scorpio? I don't know. There's been a few signs talk about some unfinished business and some cycles that are on their way out, but there's still some fine-tuning. There's still a little bit of some releasing, still a little bit of some unpacking. I've noticed this is a theme for the collective, so just got to ride with it. Now, possible challenges here. Three of Wands. I would say either not having a plan, being too loosey-goosey, laxy-daisy, and just winging it, or the opposite, where you are thinking about the future and making all these promises and commitments that later on no longer resonate with you, and then you're kind of kicking yourself, being like, why did I take up that opportunity? Why did I make this commitment? Why did I sign myself up for this? And now I've changed my mind, right? So some of the challenges I'm seeing with this Three of Wands is more of just like, because even the fish, right? The fish and the Hierophant, or not the Hierophant, the elephant. I was saying earlier, I was like, there may be change to plans, or you might change your mind, or you might double down, double back down, double down, whatever, from some things. So that, you know, and even the 10 of Wands, another struggle or challenge for you is either like letting go of certain things that don't serve you, old habits, old energies, just things that you've outgrown. 10 of Wands reverse can also just talk about, I'm kind of getting like a disorganized energy from this. I normally don't get that with this, but forgetting, being forgetful. Maybe you gotta write some things down, but I meant more of like in a way of like forgetting what you went through, like forgetting the lessons. Like you're letting it go, right? You're like, no, Jade, I've let everything go, but it's like, don't forget what you learn. Don't forget the knowledge. Don't let go of the knowledge and the experience. Like, you get me? Because some of y'all are just like, oh, I let it all go, but now I forgot it all, and I gotta go through it again. So it's like, So, like, don't forget. Like, let go, make the space, but don't forget the big lesson that you learned through these experiences, right? As you're transition. Okay. 3 Wands and 10 Wands reverse. This is like also letting go of expectations that are not realistic, or like standards, expectations that you've placed on yourself or others have placed on you. Maybe this is like where there's certain plans that you need to let go of, right? Outdated plans that have, what was I going to say? I don't know how to word that. Okay, I'm going to let that go. Let's move on. 10 of Wands, and then we have the Devil. So this is, I do get actually a controlling energy, a little bit of a control behavior, whether this is you or someone around you that is acting this way. I am seeing part of the challenges that you might face is like falling back to old ways, old habits, old routines, getting sucked back into things that you know aren't good for you. But you're like making excuses for it, or it's like being dragged out, right? I'm seeing that this is a challenge, but you can choose differently. And with the 2 of Wands and the High Priestess, your intuition is literally screaming, kind of like what we had the Lamb at the beginning of the reading when it flew out. There's this deep inner knowing you have that only will get stronger and stronger and stronger, but it's important you don't ignore it or shut it down or, you know, just sweep it off. You know, like you're getting this feeling for a reason. It's really important that you trust it and you listen to it. The more you listen to your intuition, the stronger it will become. Like, y'all know. Devil and the High Priestess. Why do I get kind of secretive player, mind games, 5 steps ahead, no one knows what my next move is? Like, I don't know, I do get also a little bit of like a trickster energy with this combination. So whether this is you or someone around you, do beware of that. Like, these are just talking about possible challenges that you might bump into. Devil and the High Priestess, I do get a hidden enemy kind of vibe from that. Or there's some people that might be challenging you or trying to one-up you. That might be maybe a bit of a test. Okay, so like just some things to keep in mind or like be aware of what's to come, but I think you should be fine. Nothing too crazy. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to add. I feel like I've said enough. I think we've talked about a lot of different things, and that is your forecast. Stay tuned for more. We'll do many more. I'll see y'all next week. You might need to come back to this end of February, maybe towards Pisces season. I might remind you if I remember. I might not. We'll see. Maybe bookmark this, come back a couple weeks from now, maybe go back to a earlier January reading I did for Leo. It might make more sense to you now than it did back then. But that is what I'm seeing so far for you guys. Oh yeah, and you know what? Your full moon's on the 12th of February, so get ready for that. The 12th. Oh yeah, but I didn't really see anything about the moon. So what is this? The World, Justice. Did we look at this in the Fool? Yeah, y'all got some unfinished business from your past that you're going to be cleaning up if you haven't already. But even if you have, there might be some surprises that come back up that you weren't planning for. But that's just, you just got to roll with it. All right, Leo, thank you for your time and being here. I appreciate you. I hope you have a very lovely day. I shall see you later. Stay blessed. Take care. Bye, Leo.